Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at Solana, seeing what's going on. It's been a pretty good day here, folks. We broke through that 115 mark, and now we could see that as a new support level, which is fantastic. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to give some quick congrats to some community members here for our Premium Plus group. XRP profits off the chart here today with Solana as well, but mainly focused on Dogecoin hitting 40% in 2 days, Reef 36% in 2 days, as well as Bitcoin 86% from 43,000 to 52,000 in 12 days, and obviously ICP 32% in roughly 2 days. So we took some healthy profits here, folks. Congrats again to that. Excellent stuff. Happy to hear it's working out well for you, and thanks for the awesome feedback. Super enjoyable to be able to see those profits across the board. So let's take a look at the liquidation levels, and firstly, kind of see roughly where we're at here for Solana. What we want to look at here is, well, we're mainly looking for the liquidation levels above the price action to see if there's any merit for the price to go up, which there is. And this is the funny thing. People keep shorting and the price keeps going higher. I'm not sure I understand the logic there, but again, if you're waiting for confirmation, it's a different story altogether. You probably don't have to worry about liquidation levels because you don't just buy in as soon as, as soon as the price goes up, for example. Some people do that, and that is basically gambling. Trading is not gambling if you do it correctly. Okay, I can assure you that people make a living out of it all the time. In fact, you can be a gambler too and make a living, right? But it's a different story altogether where the house doesn't always win. You can be the house if you understand certain things, and that's what we want to look at here. So $120, 119.70 is basically the next level of liquidation above the price action. So there's no fooling that the price will continue to sweep these levels until people stop shorting. It's usually how it works. Keep in mind right now the market's going kind of crazy. Bitcoin broke 50,000, which is kind of like a big mental level for a lot of folks there. And if it doesn't come back under 50K, there's a good chance we're going to see the price just continue on from here. 52,000 is the resistance level. Regardless, watch my Bitcoin analysis if you're curious, but generally speaking, a lot of liquidation between 100 and 103. We talked about this previously. So I'm not super worried or concerned about that until we start seeing some bearish divergences, and there's literally none on Bitcoin right now. Okay, that leads me to believe we're going to see very few on Solana too. Therefore, more merit to considering a long versus a short. You got to keep in mind we're getting close to this resistance level, which again here is roughly $123. I'm rounding up a little bit, but that is essentially where we're at there for I think that's a weekly candlestick closure at 123. So just bear in mind we're getting close to that resistance level. If and when we break through that, we could very well see the price continue to run. Between now and then, we're above all moving averages, still ascending positively with the 20-day SMA. We can see we are stochastically converging. We are hitting 70 on the RSI, commonly a resistance level, but if we break through that, all the more reason for the price to continue to run. We can also see money flow index is high. Same thing with the MACD converging here. So again, this hasn't changed much since yesterday, people. Nothing to really see here. Move along. There's nothing to see here. 4-hour time frame, of course, we got our nice little MACD FU. Folks were banking on that divergence. Didn't happen. Again, you always wait for it to fully diverge before you consider a trade. Same thing here with stochastic. We are converging upwards here with traditional RSI hitting 70 and getting rejected. But money flow index is super high. Okay? Anytime money flow index is close to 70 or higher, you can really expect the price action to hold and sustain itself. It takes a lot of selling pressure to be able to get the price down. Okay? And we're seeing nothing but buying pressure here, minus these little the simple people here between 118 and 120. Again, I'm not discrediting if you're shorting this coin. I'm just saying that it's not really smart to short the coin. You probably got lucky if you got in at 118, and that's perfectly fine. Consider taking profits on the way down, but make sure you adjust your stop loss accordingly. It's not a market right now to be greedy on shorts. If you're taking short positions, you watch those like a hawk, you set your stop loss, and you continue to look for better long opportunities. There's way more long opportunities than shorts, folks. Again, this is just an example from last month, but these majority of these, what we had 1, 2, 3, 4 shorts last month. No, wait, sorry, 6 shorts last month, and I think about 19 or 20 longs. This month so far, we've only taken one chain link short, and everything else has been long, and we are significantly in profit. Okay, so again, there's a correlation between the uptrend and taking longs and being profitable, and not trying to short the top or what you feel is the top, but the top keeps being reestablished. I mean, same thing with Bitcoin. I mean, gosh, there were so many people shorting Bitcoin 43,000, 45,000, 47,000, 49,000, and now 50,000. They're just getting destroyed. This is not the market to short right now, folks. Trust me. And again, it won't be the market to short even weeks from now, even if the price pulls back. That's the funny thing about it. The larger macro behavior we want to pay attention to and understand that. That's why when we look at these smaller time frames, you want to take it with a grain of salt. It may or may not continue to play out the way that you'd want. Okay, all right. Anyways, hourly time frame. Everything's looking pretty decent here. We're above moving averages. TD sequential is going to tell us that we hit an overextended state. Makes sense. We're consolidating now. Likely pivot off of 115 to go higher. Okay. Is that a guarantee? No, but when a most recent high is broken, it's commonly used as a support because, again, the mentality is like, okay, we got to get through this level, right? All the bulls are pushing, pushing, pushing. Once they break through, then the bears are like, okay, we're going to sell to this level. Those bulls become bears, and then they sell to that previous level. But the mindset is 115 is now an established support because it was a resistance. It's a lot of psychology goes into it. I would recommend. Actually, I can try to comment below with a book that really helped me learn this a few years back. Anyways, conversation for another day, but feel free to message me if you're curious about that. Okay, so Solana, daily time frame, we're looking at the hourly now. Lagging span is free and clear, conversion lines above the baseline. There's no reason to consider shorting here. But we do want to take a look here, of course, and double check. We can see on the hourly that we are starting to see somewhat of a, I mean, this is a stretch, but again, it's a bearish type of divergence, right, with the RSI coming down and the price going up. So technically, if we can't go any higher here, then we should experience the price action pulling back a little bit further. Now, I try not to read into these kind of divergences on the smaller time frames. To me, the hourly, that is still a small time frame. Once more, because I'm holding for days, weeks, or months on my swing trades. If you are a day trader, different story. Hourly time frame will be a larger time frame for you. You got to shift your mentality. What I'm getting at here is I don't care to trade these little movements. I like bigger movements. So I'm not super concerned with a slight divergence on the hourly. I'm expecting the price to pull back anyways. And here's where we're going to be if the price does end up pulling back, just to give you perspective. We'll probably see somewhere around the 112 to 114 range. I would say 115 is probably the lowest or initial lowest, but the worst case would be 0.618 there at about 112.25. So again, a long somewhere in the range of 112 to 114, if it even comes down that low, would seem appropriate at this point because you're going to expect this most recent high here to hold as a support level. That's at 0.382 fib at about 113. Remember, we've talked about 113 being a key level all week long, so that's not going to change. Ideally, a long position at 113 would seem appropriate. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set my alert for just above 113, somewhere in the 113 range, right? And then we're going to go ahead and just double check this here again later if that triggers and see if it's worth taking a long position at that point. Okay. A lot of this hinges on Bitcoin. Bitcoin can stay 51 to 52,000 where these things won't even matter because the price won't even pull back to that level. But if Bitcoin does correct itself to the 49, 47K range, which is possible, not likely right now, but still a possibility, then I think these levels would seem a little bit more appropriate. All right, folks, that's all we got here. Make sure you also, I get the question often, is Bitunix a good exchange? Phenomenal. We all use them as a community. No KYC or VPN required for my US and Canadian members. Be sure to check them out. Link down below. Highly recommend using them. And they're adding 200 trading pairs plus this month. And we're also having a private trading competition later in the month, which is only available for people that use my link to register. So check that out in your own time. Highly recommend it. Hope you have a great rest of your day, though, folks. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. Take care.